Hello and welcome, and it's time to do a quick recap as to where I am with my NASCAR Cup Series predictions now that the playoffs are starting in earnest. So, without further ado, let's start to get into this, and let's have a look at how I've been getting on, and then once we're done, I'll make my playoff predictions. So take it away, Past Cav.
Hello folks, I wanted to video in with the pre-season Clash of the Coliseum about to get underway. I want to do my 24 predictions of 2024 in the NASCAR Cup Series. So here we go, without any kind of further ado or in no particular order, let's start off. I'm going to start off with some bits about races. Firstly, I don't think the All-Star race will return to North Wilkesboro in 2025. North Wilkesboro might stay on the calendar, it might become a points-paying race, it might become the Clash.
Now that was a rumour for a while.
Race will go elsewhere, maybe back to intermediate, but
yeah,
I could also see it going
down
to another
already.
SMI venue. Could also go to something like, I don't know, something like Rockingham if it returns.
Rockingham's going to be on
the Clash won't return to the Coliseum for 2025, which
calendar.
Is so for the sort of alluded to
Coliseum.
There. Maybe they decide to go. We've got the new Auto Club coming in. We could just go there instead. That's if the new Auto Club is done in time. And in a similar vein, when it comes
pretty sure
to
Bowman Gray was
at
rumoured by
least
this time
one
as
road
well.
course will drop off the calendar. If that's Cota, maybe. I think the most likely thing is Chicago Street Course. I guess technically it's a street course, but for me, I'm counting it as a road course. I think the Roval was just too popular, really.
That's the Richmond Day, didn't we?
I think at least one venue which has two races will lose a race just because of the amount
of
demand of venues going in. So I don't know, maybe the Bristol night race and the Bristol spring race don't really have that much of a success, and so the spring race gets replaced by something else. And I think that at least one race from the playoffs this season will move out of the playoffs. Now, every chance that it would be the Glen, because of course Sun 500 is the season closer because of the stuff with the Olympics.
That's quite an easy guess.
Means that the Daytona summer race, the 400, is not the regular season closer anymore. So maybe it'll be something like the Glen moves back out of it. But yeah, I think at least one switch will happen there. As for teams, this is another quick fire thing. Two teams, I think, will sell at least one of their charters.
If they sold
more, depending on how many charters they had. I think one existing team will pick up a further charter. The same kind of way as we've seen with 2311. I know Denny Hamlin has suggested this before. It also suggests that
we already know
we could see a new team. Maybe the idea that JRM could step up. And I think in addition to this, Chevy will lose one team. I don't know if they're going to go across to Toyota like Legacy have, or if they'll go across to Ford.
Yeah, confirmed.
One team. And then in terms of drivers, I think two cars will have part-time drivers in addition to
you see the Dingers going back full-time.
And I think there'll be at least one Cup Series driver this season that'll get suspended. We had two last season.
Hasn't happened yet.
Well, no. Well, we had two that was suspended until past the end of the season. Of course, Chase Elliott's got suspension as well. Here's some predictions now for the playoffs. I reckon the 16th seed will make the round of 8. Bubba Wallace got to round of 12, nearly made it to round of 8 last season. I think somebody will do that. And they might,
this
win
time.
Their way in.
If anyone
I
could.
As well, the top seed will be eliminated in the round of 12. Truex really struggled by last season, and even though he was the top seed, I think that we could see something similar happen to the top seed this time around.
Followed through on that prediction.
A bunch of races, and then
by playoffs,
a freak accident happens and they're injured, and so they're out. I'm going to make a prediction I did last year, which is that all three manufacturers make the championship 4. But I'm also going to predict that Hendrick won't have two cars.
Of course, Kyle Larson has been the regular season champion.
Of course, Byron and Larson made it. And yeah, that's what I'm going to predict. I also predict that 2 of last year's championship 4 will be back this year. So, hedging my bets. So, if it was the case that Byron and Larson got back in again this season, I would get one of those 2 right. Another thing I want to say is the owners' round of 8 will be different to the drivers' round of 8. We saw that before. The 9 got into the owners' playoffs, for example. And the year before it was the 45, is it? got in, and that's why Bubba Wallace wasn't in the 23 for a while. I also think that Ty Gibbs will make the round of 12. I think he'll get his first Cup win.
I'm surprised that Gibbs still hasn't won yet.
He will make the playoffs. He could point his way in.
Oh,
Or Dark Horse might be a Dark Horse, actually.
He was right to bet on this SHR car.
Make the playoffs.
What?
One for Legacy, one for 2311, one for JGR. Now,
oh man,
round of 16 at least. I reckon
one. I was listening to many commentators is very high on
SVG, but you could easily see Jimmy Johnson
for
that next race. You could get it. It would be race 84, wouldn't it? It'd be win 84 in car 84. I think 2 people will graduate from the truck.
Kobayashi could do that,
like what we've seen with the likes of Carson Hocevar. I reckon the Xfinity champion won't have a full-time Cup drive next season. I reckon that at least one woman start a Cup race in 24. It could be Haley Deegan, could be Tony.
Deegan got dropped in. She
will announce their retirement from full-time Cup.
I got that one for Truex.
Currently active. It could also be somebody who's not, such as how last season Kurt Busch, who was not in last season, still recovering from his injury, announced his retirement.
So I've lost as many as I predicted.
I did quite well last year, so let's see how well I do this year. We'll come back to it at the end of the season. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.
Yeah, bye for now. Fast Cav. So that is that I have got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5? I only got 5 or 6, but anyways, my predictions then for the playoffs. I reckon out in the round of 16, Alex Bowman, Harrison Burton, Austin Cindric, and Daniel Suarez. Out in the round of 12, Chase Briscoe, William Byron, Ty Gibbs, and Joey Logano. Out in the round of 8, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex. Then in Championship 4, I think Kyle Larson will pick up the title. That's going to be my predictions. See how that weighs up in about, what, 2 months' time. But it's going to be a fun final 9-10 weeks. Thanks for watching, everyone. And I hope to see you again soon for more. Till then, bye for now.